Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your Daily Tarot and Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for June 22nd, 2022, also being timeless. Wherever you're catching it in time, it might be relevant or not so much. This is General Collective. Don't force this to fit your life. You can always let it fall away. If you have questions about booking a private reading of any kind, honestly, any kind, there's an email in the description. It's a Gmail, so raisingsavac2019@gmail.com. Also, you can find me on the social platforms at raisingsavac. And the only difference is on TikTok, you add LLC at the end. There's no numbers, punctuations, or spaces. So it's going to be at the end of the video. And, well, let's see what's going on. And, well, ask about any of the other services I provide too, which is also probably in the description. But anyway, what I see is an upswing, and it seems awesome. This upswing seems like it's more of a feeling of acceptance that's coming from you, a sense of community, a sense of belonging. I feel like you feel very understood with what you are entering into. If this is a group of people or if this is a life situation, it feels right, but also in the same breath, it seems like you don't want to cause any sort of a ruckus in coming in there. There's a few things that are feeling off with you that you think maybe you should just brush under the rug and ignore it. It's not going to allow for the growth that you want. Even when you're in a place of acceptance, it's not you criticizing everything to death. You're not criticizing, and I'm not getting that you are. Anyways, it's about standing up for, even in those awesome moments, who you truly are, how you show up, and what's right for you. It's not going along with what everybody around you is saying, which I do feel like this might be something that is at odds at this point in time. And again, it's all a matter of wanting to still have this sense of community and not have them exile you, not jeopardizing your space. So what this is saying is you can be transparent with whoever is around you right now. You can be completely clear with these people. And I see also that it's going to be a lot easier for you if you stick to who you authentically are in this, because it's going to give you a lot less stories that you have to remember. Is it cool at this time? Is it not cool at this time? Where's the line in which you don't bend anymore? So this is telling you to be completely blunt, truthful, honest, and do it with integrity. I know that you have integrity, but since you've been going through this healing process, it's like you don't want to do anything to jeopardize the progress that you have been making. It's super cool on you. So we also have the clouds that are rolling in. You're starting to confuse yourself. I do think that you are taking on either personality traits or taking on burdens or challenges, whatever you want to call them, that aren't necessarily something worthwhile to you. So why are you doing this? There's a lot of feminine energy and passive masculine energy around this, forcing something to eventually happen for yourself, right? There is no shortcuts. Yeah, you can't be afraid to tick people off. Something isn't quite sitting right with you, and it's causing what seems to be the initial stages of disconnect. I do feel the belonging, but I also feel the disconnect brewing. All right, don't let this become something that it's not. I don't want you to stay on this avenue just for the sense of the image that it would bring, or keeping up with appearances on your part, lying that it's, or eventually lying that it would be fulfilling for you. It's not currently there, but you're on the track to doing that, and I think that this is something to be mindful of. I don't think that you're a liar or an idiot or malicious or any of that. But when you've been through the ringer of what you have been through, when you finally get the sense of everything turning up, you'll do everything it takes to maintain that sense of everything on the up and up. And that's where I guess this is saying that's going to start to suffer. Call it out for what it is. Okay. What is going on? Make a wish. What is this about? What are we making wishes about? We have a unicorn here with a siren. The treasure chest. Okay, so the thing with the siren and the thing with the unicorn both have the capability of completely impaling you and dragging you to your demise. Make a wish, but do it with your heart. Otherwise, it's going to be your undoing. And I said what I said. Okay, the treasure chest. What else can I tell you about this? The morning affirmations. You are a treasure. Stay optimistic. Optimistic. You can and do deserve this. Look at this. Oh wait, it's upside down. Blessed change and divine magic. And there's one more card right here. What is this? Yes, make a wish, make a decision. It's divine magic that is at play. Optimistic, the blessed change, the treasure chest, affirming it. You really have to talk yourself into letting this life happen for you. So are you going to run scared back to the old tried and true? Or are you feeling stuck like this is just going to be your life now? No, there's a lot of magic at play. But it's up for you to break through that barrier. This is really hard. I get it. Okay, so the alchemy, the stay optimistic. Let's look at this. With what you're embarking on, it is going to be a long journey. I think that's where the decision has to come from. So you're in the right place with the right people. I don't want you to tiptoe around everybody's emotions thinking that they're this super fragile individual. Hypersensitive is totally possible. Sensitivity is not a negative thing. I think that's a superpower. I say that for you. I say that for everybody. But I want you to be completely transparent. It's going to be easier for everybody if you call things out and not see it as a problem that you need to squash, but see it as a challenge that you and the group or whatever it is that you're around work through it to a resolve, a resolution. This is actually going to have things turning out even better for you. I want you and whoever this is involving to have regular meetings, like sit down and talk about it. It doesn't have to be formal. But sit down and talk about what's going on, what you're noticing, what you are feeling, and try and look and see the challenges through the various angles, which means that you both have to look at the challenge and see how you're seeing it. And a great way to open that up and have an open dialogue and not have it feel like an attack or that somebody has to be right or somebody has to be wrong. It's a matter of perception is, you tell yourself or you say out loud, the story that I'm telling myself about this is, and that's going to clear up how they are seeing how you see it, and then you'll get the intention of it, if that makes sense. So I see a really strong friendship that is brewing here, and I think that you guys just generally like being around each other. There is a really strong, intimate bond and sense of community. You don't have to be afraid of hurting people's feelings yet. Here you are. So, what do you need to know? Let it keep yawning? Well, a change in direction. This is going to have even more potential fulfilled. So we have this, the release and surrender. What about it? The blessing in disguise. What about it? Okay, so what do you desire? I want you to ask Source and Spirit, what aren't you seeing? What are you missing in this entire thing? The bond between you guys is deepening, and I think that you're going to learn what unconditional, platonic, I gotta say that because not every reading is going to be about love. I feel like you are getting unconditional, platonic love and acceptance. So this is releasing a lot of the fear and seeing actually the blessing that is disguising itself as a fear, because you will be talking about it, and you will be getting a real sense of family. Now, for some of you, that is scary. Some of you, it's this nervousness of, oh crap, my family was toxic growing up. I don't want that kind of family. I left that family, so on and so forth. Or the experiences, even in workplaces. Sorry, as I'm talking to you, I'm getting a notification. I had asked for feedback because I'm actually following through with the expanding of my business now, and I really want feedback. So I just got that little notification from somebody who is a client of mine, and I think that's awesome. Okay. So even in jobs where they say we're more like a family, you have learned very early on that tends to be where people take advantage of you. There's a tainted view on what family is supposed to be, whether it's blood or just, I don't know, people who choose to be around you. It's something that starts to be taken advantage of. So that might be running through your head as you're bonding with these people. How long is it going to be good? How long is this going to work out? And when is it going to be that people start either taking each other for granted or taking advantage of each other? This is saying, well, do you want to experience that? I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say probably not. You probably don't want to experience this whole taken for granted garbage. That's boofingles, I tell you. So the acceptance is, how can you say no to the people who are embracing you and have yourself still be accepted? Well, let's do this. Realizing that it's more than what you bring to the table than that people actually want you around. You're not just some sort of mechanical device in this sort of machine, or some sort of cog in the machine. There you go. It's you actually being seen as the bright and beautiful person you are. It's you and somebody who just gives off this amazing energy, who is very strong and who always looks towards the sun and who's very charming. This playful energy is coming out of you. It's almost a spitfire kind of energy. People want you around. The fact that you can add to the situation is just a bonus. So it's not going to have to work so hard for you to stay here. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, talking about you finally getting over the anguish of the past betrayals, of past either groupings or relationships, communities, kind of making you feel ostracized. You're not going to fight hard to stay in this one. A lot of the clearing the air is simply that, just clearing the air, making sure that they know and you know that you guys are on the same page and you're not in the same book of which you guys came from. So where do I want to go with this? Archetypes known. Daily guidance from your angels. Joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It is the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciation the gifts within each moment, and joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. It's going to really bring some lightheartedness to your scenario. Now I want to see what Spirit wants to tell you. If you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but the primary navigation system of your soul. You're entering into an age of consciousness, and it's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Humans are multi-sensory, multi-dimensional beings, spirit infused in all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey sense, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, Spirit is with you. All right, something needs to heal from this other than the very wounded ego. Well, you're going to be healing your gut health, I can tell you that much. A lot of that is stimulating whatever it is that you are feeling, which that is being brought on by stress, elevating the general mood around you. You're not going to get so caught in the slump of things. Have faith, organic foods, and home help. So thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matter regarding my family and home. So this, since you're entering in a new sense of family and home, this is telling you that you guys actually work together and you guys all have your individual places in this. No, I don't think that you're entering in on some kind of commune, but cool if you are. But this isn't talking about the commune. This is talking about a sense of unification. Wherever you are, whether it's a circle of friends, a job, or the actual home life, some of you are going into real, not mismatched situations, but living situations that are incredibly uniquely pieced together. So what's the therapy, the angel therapy that needs to come through with this? Sacral chakra and release. These people are not the people who had hurt you. This is going to be a constant reminder for you because I see the anxiety building up in waves. You'll have your talk with them. It'll de-escalate and it's going to be fine for a while. And then something else is going to build up in this environment, whether it's home or professional. And then you're going to address it because you're going to have this feeling of wanting to run. You're going to address it. You're going to get the reassurance. And I also got to say, maybe it's you who has to give somebody else in your life reassurance. You guys are mutually mirroring each other and working through these past traumas. It's really wild. So what is this love that they want to show you? No, not romantic. It's affirming, platonic. Treasure your loved ones. You guys are here to really honor and take care of each other. And when you guys work together, you can accomplish a lot. And I don't think that you've felt this kind of momentum before, what it just felt. Dagnabbit. Heal away addictions. There's not going to be a point of escapisms here. And I don't see any real drama being created. Unicorns keep showing up. Maybe this is an animal that means something to you. Unicorn is so unique, and it's lucky when it's found. Okay, so unique. It's, what is it? The ever unfolding rose being cracked open. You're gonna have a lot of uncomfortable growing pains in here. No wonder why you want to run. Whenever something good has happened, it's been very short-lived, hasn't it? People are not love bombing you, but acceptance bombing you on that. Yeah, just come as you are. It's totally cool. What's the catch? Well, my dear, there is no catch. So creating heaven on earth, it's happening. It's happening for you and not to you. So the beginning of this reading was talking about having to step away from something that was all about image, because it was you working on yourself and not having it be a facade. And this is closing with, through this discovery, through this acceptance, through the sense of belonging, through calling things out, you are going to be forced out of your comfort zone, and you're gonna be looking towards creating not necessarily a heaven on earth, but this grand old happenings in your life. So what the heck does that even mean? Cracked open. You're going to be made to sit through the discomfort, talk through it, say the uncomfortable words, have the uncomfortable conversations, sit there and realize that the person on the other side of this is not your enemy, and they're not going to hurt you, and they're going to try and see things through your perspective. But in that same breath, you are also going to be talking through this, hearing them, and seeing things through their perspective. So this is where you have to be open up to listening, because in the past, you would have been forced to open up and listen only to be told all of ways in which you are just wrong and how you should feel ashamed or stupid or embarrassed for it, really kind of sticking it to you. And that's not occurring here. You have nothing but love and acceptance that is coming your way. So, healing. This is really going to improve not only your physical health, your mental health. So the inner authority, you're going to have a strong sense of power that is coming out of this. And I see the body is going to be healing itself. Now, I'm not telling you to stop taking your meds. I'm not telling you to stop going to the doctors. I'm not telling you to take anything that would interfere with anything. Always check with your doctor what feels right for you. Also, do your research on that. But your body is going to be going through a healing, and it's going to be all around empowerment and mental and emotional, physical health and well-being. All right, you, that's been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for June 22nd. Go check out the mini reads. And if you have questions about booking a private reading or any of my other services, life coaching, hypnosis, Reiki, guided meditation, so on and so forth, ask about what I provide. I'll give you a detailed list. We'll talk prices, time zones, availability, discounts, and all that jazz. All right, until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're really loved and appreciated. Bye-bye. Hey, love. So I'm a nosy person, and if you found your way across this, I want to see who or what is entering in your life. Doesn't have to be on the romantic front, but I'm shuffling the cards. Let's flip and see. Let's do this. All right, what do you need to know? Who the hecking heck is coming your way? All right. Ooh. Somebody who is such an emotional vampire in your life, and I really don't want you entertaining any of the stupid crap fights with them. It just makes you completely lose your mind. It feels almost like they do it on purpose, whether or not it's malicious. I think that they want to see that you haven't moved on from them, or that they are maybe as important as they believe themselves to be for you. So all I'm seeing here is even more loss coming about this person who's coming towards you. You don't need to entertain them. Don't feed into whatever their misery is. And let's see, we have, let's see, what am I looking at with this one? Don't let them see you sweat on this. They are somebody who kind of thrives in the idea that they bother you. This could be an ex-partner, it could be an ex-family member, or a frenemy, even one of those petty ex-colleagues. But anyway, somebody is going to be bumping into you, and it's going to be the most annoying thing on the planet for you. Just keeping your amazing self. You've come so far, so this person actually might be coming through as a test for you. Is this really what you want? Is this what you're going to go after? Yeah, just not with you around, so F off. I want you to wear your confidence loudly on this one. So after you've passed that test, you get the Magician, so good on you. And guess what? You get to calm down a little bit, because it seems like part of what your motivation was, it was kind of squashing either them or the resentment that you had for them or those kinds of people around you, and which you've been juggling a lot for so long. All right, this is going to be nice. This is actually going to be easing things up, and I see that you're going to be looking at what you let go of or what you missed, and you're going to I totally dodged a nuclear thing with that one. Yeah, this has been around you for a while, but I'm stupid proud for you, because look, you're getting your affirmation, you're getting your freedom, you're getting your energy back. You're looking at this person and feeling, oh, thank God it's over. Yeah, and this is good. All right, I hope that this made sense, and if you have questions about booking a reading, look for the little clip at the end. So what's awesome about this is, first off, I see something that is quite the proposal coming your way. Is it romantic? Probably not, but I see that you are at a new choice, and it seems like there is a sense of finally getting what you want and having all of that change before you, or that you at least have to change, which I do see that you're doing. You're going to make these changes within yourself. It's not any sense of being defeated, but you know that you have to change in yourself to make something work. It's not that it's inauthentic for you. I feel like it's an emotional growth spurt. You're going to leave other people to make their own decisions. You can't make that for them. You can't be part of whatever that was. It's not feeding into your confidence. You're ready to move on. You're ready to actually make some sort of a commitment in your life. This is all about change. So somebody who once had your heart doesn't have your heart anymore. I really think that you're letting somebody from your past go. It's time for you to move on. I do see that it is genuinely time for you to move on. You've come to terms with it. Something has clicked into place recently. I think that you realized how much of your life was put on hold for this, waiting for somebody to either come back around, or waiting for your person to come in, or waiting for somebody to profess their love for you. And it became this whole waiting game, waiting for your life to happen for you. And something new in your life has really kind of taken shape. This doesn't have to be a romantic partnership, but I think that you're really starting to put yourself on some sort of pedestal to where you are that priority. You are the top-notch, go-to, take care of, show that love to. I think that you're getting real control over your life and not putting it in a very unworthy person's hands. I don't care who they were. You can't put yourself into somebody else's hands like that and completely neglect yourself or give yourself a value based on their response beforehand. So I see that there's a big gentle ease that is overcoming the heart because it's not waiting for another person's response. And I'm also seeing the fact that you're actually going to get your life prioritized and moving. This, it seems like the decision is causing somewhat of an upset, but it's only a delay. It's really only a delay in getting yourself to a place where you thought that you had wanted to be. And I see that this is like the final straw in whoever it was that you were dealing with. This can be somebody who has either refused to leave your life, either in the physical, or who just kind of plays head games. This could also be somebody who you can't just let go of in your mind. They're not physically around you, but they've held space in your head for a while. I feel like part of you is still there with them for the longest time up until now. You're taking yourself back, so I gotta give you props. You ready for this? Uno, dos, and tres. I've never learned to roll my R's with Spanish. What the heck is my problem? I can never figure it out. Anyway, sorry about that. So if you allow your awareness to settle in, you'll hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You'll know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of message of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering into an age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings, and spirit is infuses all things. And your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines and tune into the stories behind the stories. And your world will show you miracles. Fear not, we are right here and spirit loves you. And now is one of those times where you're being asked to add some distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know that it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity. So that comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. And when you step into the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. So we know that you'll make the right choice, and trust us when we say that now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now and you'll be glad that you did. So things are stirring up and change is upon you, and this is cause for celebration. There's no need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. So step into the unknown now and let go of the branch that you're clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help you steer to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us, and there's loads of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said, take one step towards the gods and they'll take 10 towards you. We're all doing the Destiny Cha-Cha on your behalf. So that's right, don't be afraid of change. Whatever the hesitance you've been experiencing in your life for this change, it's actually for your own good and for your unfolding, and that's why your awareness wants to settle in so much. So you need to add some distance to some area of your life. Your spidey senses are going to be telling you why. Even though your nerves are telling you to cling through it, I want you to trust what those spidey senses are telling you. Give some space so that all can be revealed. This can only get better for you. The discomfort is where the growth is happening, and you are going to be crazy amazed as to which direction that is going to grow for you. Let me know what happens. All right, so this is a point of you actually letting yourself not do more, rest, be resilient. The thing that I'm looking at right here is you're feeling overwhelmed with a sense of lack or not having enough in your life, and that's so far from the truth. You need to rest because you need to let your muscles in your brain, you need to let your brain rest. That's a muscle. You got to let it rest so it can repair and get stronger. So this is telling you that, hey, you don't know if you're going to be able to survive in this because you're looking at a desert, but let's look at a desert. There's generations upon generations of species out in there that have learned to adapt and not only survive but thrive in the desert. They know where the water sources are. They know where the food is. They know what to look out for. They know ways of protecting themselves. Look at what's in the desert. They have masked themselves in the environment as a way to be safe from predators. So regardless of what's going on right now and you feel like you're under attack, you aren't under attack. This is Spirit trying to get into your face and telling you to be very careful about what you keep dwelling on, the fear, because it will give you the manifestation of fear, as if the lack were real. So this is saying when you are feeling like you are being swallowed up by the world and overwhelmed, get yourself some rest, because you're gonna get a new story that's coming into play. You're gonna get the clarity, you're gonna get the aha moments, and you get to take ownership of how that's gonna come into play. The building blocks are in reverse, so you have to look at the cracks in your foundation and see what the source is with those. Where did these cracks show up from? Why have you continuously built on those cracks without trying to fill in those cracks with something that's binding? Spirit is saying that you are a lot stronger than you are letting yourself behave right now. You know that you're going to get through this. You know that the rescue is going to come from wherever it is right now. So this is saying when you want to curse God or Allah or Spirit or energy or the flying spaghetti monster, for all I care, stop cursing that and asking, why didn't you send anything to help me? Why did you forsake me? Take a good hard look and actually ask yourself what it is, what about me that doesn't need the help? Like, where is that strength? I know I totally butchered it. It's instead of cursing God or whatever about your hardships, ask why didn't they send anybody? It's because, well, unfortunately for you, you are incredible, you are perseverant, you will have a solution, you will conquer this scenario, and you'll completely come out on top and never be able to dwindle down yourself again. The resolve is going to come. The answer is going to come. The resources are going to come. Take a rest on it right now. You'll have your answer. Let me know how this works out for you. You're telling your story, apparently, and that's amazing. It's being very careful about how you tell your story, because you do become your story, whether you come from it or you are turning into it, if this makes sense. So what I'm seeing here is talking about the hardships, and I'm really proud of you for overcoming them. But the ability to tell this story to everybody with a sense of pride is going to be something I want you to work on. So the dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, I want you to write your story. I want you to speak about your story, because if you found your way across this, this is talking about how you overcame such adversity in your life. Your handicap, whether it's physical, mental, or environmental, the development of personal willpower and the spirit of strength. The times where you wanted to give up and you wanted to scream at either into the void or into the nothingness or spirit, God, Allah, flying spaghetti monster, whatever you happen to believe. I want you to use your story as a sense of empowerment. What you have gone through and what you have endured is really a show of strength. There's nothing that you need to marginalize. There's nothing that you need to embellish. Tell it as it is. And I don't want you to be afraid of the other people's perspective in this. You're telling your story through your eyes, what you went through, how you felt about things. And the people will want to listen, not because they pity you, not because they feel sorry for you, but because it's such a powerful story and you give them motivation, you give them courage. And the fact that you could get through it and come out the way that you did now, through all those trials and tribulations, that is going to get them, I think, the biggest spirit in this entire thing. Your story is one of empowerment. It's not a cautionary tale. And I want you to be proud in telling it, because you have no idea the lives that you're going to help with this, but also you are going to need that reminder. And I want you to have enough bravery to remind yourself how far you have come. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful soul. You don't get to walk through this life feeling like it never mattered. Take care of it now. Go tell your story or go write your story, but share your story. What is triggering you? What doesn't make you feel safe right now? You're not swimming alone in this, and you're not somebody who's being discarded. You're releasing old soul patterns and contracts. You're doing that wounded divine feminine energy. Sometimes it's called the mother wound, but not everybody has a mom, and not every divine feminine is a woman or identifies as a woman. So what I'm seeing in here, this is something that is coming up to be healed with you right now. And you're breaking all of these soul contracts. You're breaking all these karmic loops, and it's being shown to you through the triggers. It feels like you're defeating the main boss. Now, for some of you, this may be the main Karen. Now I said what I said. But I really feel like you just skipped a couple levels, and now you're at the boss level, here to defeat the boss. Maybe not in physicality, but definitely in your head with this. So the releasing soul patterns, how can you mother yourself? What are you being called to step up and lead? You have got to be their biggest cheerleader, because I see that you don't feel like you have much support. In fact, I see that you probably feel ridiculed. Now, this could be an internalized ridicule, and I gotta let you know, I've said this before, that voice of ridicule in your head is not you. That is your voice over some other idiot's voice who spent, no time in getting to the point of badgering you, making you feel small, making you under their thumb. So it stopped you from making a lot of choices and progress in your life. And I see that you are stepping out, you are coming into blossom, if not just a little bit and just catching the sun. Any little sliver of hope in this is enough. Your people are going to be standing up and gathering for you and around you, not only to celebrate you, but to get you to speak even louder for the people in back. Your crowd is going to grow. Yes, they're going to look at you. Yes, they're going to want to hear you speak. And no, you don't get to shy away from it. Sorry, it's not going to happen. You're too amazing. Let it be. Okay, so what is triggering you recently? And instead of berating yourself, instead of condemning yourself, how can you show up for yourself and give yourself that compassion, love, and understanding, or compassion, coddling, the shoulder to lean on? How can you show all that for yourself? So after that, I see nothing but encouragement. I see people who are going to push you to break even those newfound limits. You're going to be going through some major growth phases because of these people. Yeah, you're not alone. You don't get to be alone. You were never alone. Even though it felt like you were alone, your world got quiet because you had to dismantle all those old contracts. And now you need to step up and lead, so get to it. Let me know how this made sense.